Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, I have got Reverend Brett Murphy. I spit my teeth out. Brett Murphy. If you don't know who Brett is, he spoke at the last Unite the Kingdom event in London on, was it the 1st of February? I think it was 1st of February. Great guy. He's one of a very few clerics or pastors or priests or whatever you want to call them, Christian men of God who will speak at our events and on behalf of the people and really be a pastor to the people that are involved in these events. There's a few. There's Ricky, there's Father Calvin Robinson, there's a few others, and great guys who are really putting the necks on the line and getting quite a lot of heat for doing so. But Brett Murphy, he's I think Australian or New Zealand he comes from, and 7 o'clock tomorrow night he's going to be on my channel. We're going to do an interview with him. We're going to talk about his background, we're going to talk about his faith, we're going to talk about his views on how to save the UK spiritually and politically. So it's going to be one not to miss. So it's 7 o'clock. It's going to be on the Richard Inman channel. It's going to be streaming to Counter Media. It's going to be streaming to what's the other one? X. So those three platforms, and it might be going onto Brett's platforms as well. So that's at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Please make sure you get on and watch it, because I've spoken to Brett quite a lot. He's got some very interesting initiatives. He is a very, very deeply spiritual man. He's a Christian, he's a pastor, and he's exactly the sort of person that we need at the forefront of our movement. Because one of the I was just talking about this to a friend and a colleague in the movement just before I started doing this video. And one of the things I think we absolutely need to do is Christianize the movement. Does away with all the infighting, does away with all the backbiting and all that stuff. It should do if it's done properly, because you're forgiving each other, you're loving each other, you're moving forward with a common purpose, which is to see our country saved from disaster and also saved from spiritual disaster. And that's the direction I'm going in. And I've been unashamed about that. I don't have a secret hidden agenda. My agenda is very open. This movement needs to be Christianized. That's what I feel. Does that mean everybody has to become Christians? No. But it means that people that are involved in the movement, it would be very good if they were Christians. And obviously, from the point of view of the direction that the movement goes in, if it's based on Christian principles, it's very difficult for it to go wrong and for it to metastasize into something very, very unpleasant. So 7 o'clock tomorrow, this channel, Counter Media, and X. So, and if you haven't subscribed to Counter Media, please do. Please dive onto Counter Media and hit the subscribe button and start following the channel, because that's going to be a channel that's going to be talking a lot about strategy. It's going to be talking a lot about how we can save the country. It's going to be very positive. It's not, there's so much negativity out there about what's going on, and quite rightly so, because a lot of bad stuff going on, and it is a very important job for all that stuff to be highlighted. But to me, what we've got to be doing, we all know the bad things, we all know the problems, we all know the demographics, we all know about extremism and where it's coming from. We don't need to keep talking about that. What we need to do is talk about the solutions. And again, from my point of view, the first port of call is start taking Christianity and the claims of the Bible very, very seriously. Second port of call, get our families in order. And again, not an easy job, not an easy job, but it's got to be done. And finally is the flag component, the patriotism. And to quote John Hume yet again, you can't eat a flag. It's far more vitally important that everything else is on a stable basis, and then you can start making a real difference for the country if all those other pieces of the jigsaw are in place. Now that doesn't mean you can do everything concurrently as well, but what we should be trying to strive to do is get all the pieces of the jigsaw in place. So your faith, your family and your flag are all then intertwined with each other and linked with each other. So that means you have your politics, you'll have your church, you'll have your caring for your family and everything else that we should all be doing. And again, it's very easy, and this is what's happened to me on numerous occasions. I get things completely out of sync, and I start doing too much on this or too much on that. It's all about having balance and all about having moderation, and it's all about loving your country and loving the people that are in the country, and that's a very, very important point. Okay, see you all tomorrow at 7 o'clock.